Well, thank you so much for everything you've done. You've been absolutely incredible. We are going to continue on with our program, and I would love you to also give a round of applause and thank you and welcome to James Sinkoff, our Deputy Executive Officer and Chief Financial Officer of Sun River Health, to the stage, please.
Jeremy, a photo? I have the distinct honor to present our next honoree. Here are some of the adjectives, superlatives, and characteristics of Michael Taubin. He is blessed with love by a beautiful wife, Robin, terrific kids, and grandkids. He is blinded by nostalgia. He remains a Knicks and Giants fan. He pays it back, and he pays it forward. He nurtures young lawyers as they develop their professional skill and acumen. He supports his colleagues with a family-first approach, especially to working lawyers and mothers. He supports the work of Sun River and many of our sister FQHCs because his ethos and his world teachings have led him to do work where the most good can be accomplished. He is successful not because of the positions he has held, although they are quite notable: National Healthcare Practice Leader and Office Managing Partner, but because of his care and devotion to his friends, family, and clients. And while I have painted a picture of this most noble man, let me just take a little sheen off the shine. Michael is efficient and punctual to a fault. Now, this might be odd from the guy who pays his bills. However, those who know Michael and have been on calls with Michael, he's so efficient and punctual that you might be in the middle of a sentence or a question, and Michael will literally say, "Okay, gang, talk later." Hangs up the phone. So, it's my great pleasure on behalf of the entire Sun River family, and as one of the people who calls you my friend. Michael, congratulations. May this honor become one of your most treasured honorifics.
Sun River Health is special. When I grew up in this industry, I represented academic medical centers, hospitals, medical groups, way before I represented federally qualified health centers. And of that contingent, I always loved the community hospital representation because I became part of what they were doing. And many of them were providing care to the underserved and had to figure out how to make the ends meet financially. And it was more of a challenge than dealing with the academic medical centers. And they treated me different at a community hospital, that they really wanted me to be part of the team.
So I've worked with Michael since 2016, 2017, and he is just very passionate about his work and very passionate about his clients. And he truly wants to help his clients achieve their mission, and especially clients like Sun River Health that are doing such wonderful things throughout the community.
I became totally integrated in the Sun River Health organization and operation. I always felt from the beginning that I was part of the Sun River Health family. I developed personal relationships with board members, the executive team, other members of administration at Sun River, staff at Sun River, the foundation staff from Sun River Health Foundation.
I see Michael as a mentor, and we're also true partners. Sun River Health is definitely one of, if not my most favorite client. We really are partners with Sun River Health, I think. They rely on our, not just our expertise to get things done, but they really ask us about our opinions and want us to be involved in everything even from a long-term strategic perspective and not limited to just the specific matter that we're working on at that time.
And I think also what I enjoy about being part of the Sun River Health family is that Ann and Jim and the board members look at me as not just a lawyer to get a deal done, but they look at me as a key strategist and bring me in at the beginning of what they're planning to do and ask for my viewpoint, my experience, my contacts within the industry, how I feel that this deal will work. And that's not many clients do that. So I was given a broad range of transactions which kept me totally involved.
Nixon Peabody as a firm is very committed to not only pro bono matters specifically, but even in the broader sense, helping with our nonprofits and engaging with those that actively work in our community. And they're some of our favorite clients and our best clients. And Sun River is a special client where we're able to combine a lot of what we do and know that what we're doing is actually making some good in the world.
Representing Sun River Health makes me feel really good.
We'll give you awards and then you speak. Is that all right?
Okay, thank you.
We told him he can't speak yet. We're going to give him the award first, and then we'll take it away. So presented to Michael J. Taubin for helping us ensure everyone receives the care they need and the respect they deserve. Congratulations. Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's get a couple of pictures right here, if we can. Right here. Perfect.
Oh, here.
Right up
Oh,
here,
here.
be great.
Okay.
Wait, wait.
What would you like me to do? Perfect. Okay.
I got this.
Thank you.
Thank you. What?
See the picture?
I saw the picture. So, oh God. When Jeremy told me that Jim was going to be my presenter, I didn't know whether to shudder or smile. Guess what? I just did both. Jim, thank you so much, and yes, that's me. And thank you, people who said it's a great picture. Okay. When Ann first called me and told me I'd been selected for this, my first response, I promise you, was stupid. I said, why me? And she proceeded to go on effusively about my contributions to Sun River and what I mean to everyone at Sun River. And thank you again for what you said and how you've treated me and our friendship over the years. It's really special. And getting this award made me think about, why is Sun River such a special client to me? And a special client to these folks sitting here, my colleagues. And as I said on the video, the personal relationships I have established with so many people here at all levels of Sun River, the board, the executive team, the staff, has been much closer than I have throughout any other client, because that's what Sun River's about. I go to all the board meetings, and I got friendly with everybody at the board table here. Alan, John, Marcia, Chuck, Aubrey, and bless her, Norma, who's not here, who's still teaching me how to write a board resolution every month, okay? And the problem is she's usually right. But I'll get it correct one of these years with Norma, okay? And then on the senior executive team, I become personal friends with these two folks that were standing next to me, Ann and her husband John and Jim and everybody else at that level, whether it's Allie, Jessica, Evan, Todd, Diane, Neil, a whole bunch of folks, Kathy, people who I work with weekly, daily. I become personal friends with them, and it makes representing Sun River so much more fun. And I want to take a special shout out. And it's not often you do this, but we're a law firm. We provide services to this client. We have to get documents done, we have to get agreements done, we have to submit documents on time for board meetings and for meetings and agreements getting done. And as Jim says, we're efficient, I am, and punctual, but we have some extra help. And that extra help comes from within Sun River. As my colleagues will attest, we couldn't do what we do for Sun River without Lisa, Diana, Brenda, Donna, all the staff people who cover for us, protect us, and always make sure we're doing what we should be doing. And they're just terrific, and they're like part of our firm, which is wonderful. All right. I also want to thank the folks at the foundation. Jeremy, it's been terrific, and everyone involved has made their best efforts to bring my wife Robin into the Sun River family. And that's what it is. It's a family. We go to these events and we get to know people. They get to know us. I was the guy there wearing the hat at the winery in Sagaponack at a fundraising event as Andrew was speaking, and Allie was there. Carlos was sitting next to me, and you became very close, and the friendships were terrific because it's Sun River family. And I realized that I'm one of them. And the team that has been developed, the executive team I work with every day and my colleagues work with, Ann, Jim, Jessica, all those names I mentioned, Allie, Evan, and a whole bunch of others, they're so dedicated to what they do that they make us perform at our highest level. I'll talk more about the team thing a little later. But the most important thing that I have to focus on is what really makes representing Sun River Health so different. From the days of the founding mothers and Reverend Phillips at the helm, to decades later when Sun River is at the pinnacle of the FQHC universe in terms of the deals they're doing, what they want to do, their expansion, and just making sure that they always stay on top. The one thing they never forget is their mission. That is so special to us that they need to know in every deal they do and whatever they accomplish, that providing medical services to the underserved without regard to the ability to pay is the paramount service that Sun River has to provide. Now, I'm not saying that when we do a transaction, that Sun River doesn't want to make money on the transaction. And Jim and Andrew make sure that everything we do has the financial feasibility of making it happen. And it's this combination of the mission-driven philosophy, plus making sure that everything is the right way and financially feasible on a deal, that combination and that formula that Sun River has developed to accomplish that is unique. It sure doesn't happen in a lot of clients that all of us here represent, because Sun River is special and we all become part of the Sun River family and team. And I said I'd get back to that team thing. Let me give you a little story about it. My family and I are ardent followers of that widely acclaimed Netflix show, Ted Lasso. Right. So a whole bunch of people here love Ted Lasso. For those of you who don't know what it's about an American football coach played by Jason Sudeikis, Ted Lasso, who is hired to be the manager of the Richmond soccer team in London, hired by an owner who wants the team to lose. Ted Lasso knows nothing about soccer, and that's what the owner loved. It was a revenge deal for her ex-husband. So Ted Lasso goes and takes the job, knowing nothing about soccer. But what Ted Lasso knows is how to build a team. He knows that he can get his players to coalesce, develop cohesion, camaraderie, and function as a team. How does he do it? I'm sure so many of the people who are fans know all his inspirational quotes, his phrases, his comedic routines, his gimmicks. He gets into the head of all of his players to bring them together. And he does it in such a unique way that everyone believes him. And I started thinking that, you know what? Sun River is a team. And they have everybody coalescing, the cohesion of everyone working in the same way to expand the mission, to deliver medical services. So is Sun River a lot like the Richmond soccer team and Ted Lasso? For fans of Ted Lasso, you know what the one word he uses that is the most important? What is it? Believe. Yes, good fans. Ted Lasso wrote on a board, on a piece of paper, the term believe. He taped it, scotch taped it over the doorpost that goes between his locker room and his office. And he refers to believe all the time. The players even go and smack the sign before they head out to the pitch for the games. And again, I was thinking, everyone at Sun River believes. They believe in what they do, and they believe they know how to go forward. So I have a challenge for somebody here, somebody who has some guts, okay? I want somebody to go out and get a white poster board and a magic marker and write the term and write believe on it. And then somehow get into Ann's office in the conference room and tape it up over Ann's door, looking out into the conference room, so that everyone who goes to that conference room, and I'm there often, will look at that sign and go, yeah, Sun River believes. They believe in what they're doing. They believe in team. They believe that they can grow and still provide the key medical care that the underserved need. So hopefully someone here will get that done. And go to Lisa and see how you can make it happen, because she can make it happen, okay? And it will be great the next time I walk into the conference room and see that sign. Again, thank all of you at Sun River for giving me this honor. Again, a surprise. And as Ted says all the time, I believe in hope and I believe in belief. And so does everyone at Sun River. So congratulations and thank you again for me to be a member of your team. God bless.
Michael, that's really hard to follow, but that sign will be up, I can guarantee you. I was looking at Jim, I thought maybe he'll be in there before I am with that sign. Thank you. Well, we're coming to the next awardee. Some of you know that I've grown up on a farm, so this is particularly a very important award that we're giving this evening to a farm family, to Jeff Chris and his family. We certainly know that we have, as an organization, a special relationship with agriculture, and that many farmers and farm workers who help to ensure we all have access to the fresh foods, healthy vegetables, and healthy fruits each day, that's put on our table by our agricultural workers and the commitment of farming in the United States. And in fact, each June we raise awareness and funds directly for this population through our Honoring the Hands event. And I thank all of you who join us for that event too. Thank you, Michael. I know that's the one that you were talking about out in Long Island. Dolores Huerta said it best, that honor the hands that harvest our crops. This past year has brought an even greater urgency to our commitment to ensure that health and safety of this vital workforce is preserved, and that we have been successful with that partnership in caring and commitment with the Chris family. We can't thank you enough for all the work that you do in producing food for over many years, and for the agricultural workers who work with you. We have Jeff and Joy, Joel and Jenny, Chris, along with their entire staff that have worked so closely with us at Sun River, with our team to help coordinate and support the COVID-19 testing, the vaccinations, and ongoing access to health care. They are really a model of collaboration and of partnership of agriculture and health, by not only being proactive to ensure the health of their own farm workers, but they've partnered with us and the New York State Department of Health on several vaccination events at Angry Orchards to ensure the health of the larger agricultural community in the Hudson Valley. We're really fortunate to have such a fruitful relationship. Thank you, Jeff and Joy and Joel and Jenny, and the many other people who are with you. We have a short video and like to share that. We'll start with that, and then we'll give you a peek, and this video will give you a peek into the wonderful partnership that we have. And then I asked Kathy Brieger if she would join me right after the video for the presentation.
Hi, I'm Jeff Christ. I'm a fourth generation apple grower here on this farm. Our Christ family came here in 1883. We were a general farm at that time, and my grandfather, J.D. Christ, transitioned the farm from a general farm into the specialization towards fresh apples. We have a fun and productive partnership with Angry Orchard. We continue to transition their farm to the hard cider varieties, and it creates a neat diversity for our team here to plant and learn to grow the hard cider varieties that make the exquisite cider that they produce there.
The health and well-being of our staff is really critical to Crist Brothers Orchards. Whether it's our staff members, our family members, we all work together all the time in these orchards and our packing house. Sun River has been a critical partner in helping to keep our staff safe and well.
We've had a great, successful relationship, especially with a couple of individuals at Sun River, Elba and Mirta, in coordinating the care that our employees need, vaccinations, COVID testing, flu shots. When we've had waves of workers arriving, from foreign countries like Mexico and Jamaica, we've been able to very quickly offer vaccinations to each group of workers with, no delay. And, this is very important, especially in agriculture, because there's a community housing element.
Our staff plays a key role in almost every part of the production of apples, not only for the apples that we're getting off the trees this year, but the apples that we're going to get next year and the following year and up to 5, 10, 20 years in the future. It's very important to us as a management team, but also as a family personally, that our employees have access to healthcare in general. A lot of the workers that we have come for 3 to 6 months at a time and are away from their families or away from the healthcare services that they're used to, away from their primary care doctors. And Sun River has really played a key role for our seasonal staff coming in to assist those and make them feel comfortable and have health services and languages that they can speak. Sun River really had our backs almost every step of the way. And in particularly with the COVID-19 vaccine, Sun River was right there on the front edge with us, helping our workers get vaccinated, and really helped a movement of the rest of our more hesitant workers come along with them.
During the initial stage of COVID, Sun River was very helpful in the testing, and when there was an occurrence, they were helpful in caring for our staff. Then as time went on and we got the vaccines available, that was better yet, because they came out many times to do vaccines on site. In the early days, we went to their clinics to get the vaccines when they were first available, and then as farm workers came in, they came out multiple times within days of arrival. So we are grateful to be over 99% vaccinated.
Good evening, everyone. We also wanted to recognize a special group that came with Jeff Crist and the family. 27, I believe, in a bus. We have, yes, right. You get this really exemplifies the idea of what this award is all about, and that the idea of agriculture working with the business world, with the healthcare world, really makes a better community. And sitting at the table with the Crist family are Derek Weinkoop, who was one of the people who was instrumental in bringing the health center to the Walden area, as well as Marcia Jacobowitz. That family brought the Wallkill Valley Health Center. And so together, when you think of the Crist family in Walden, the bank, Derek Weinkoop is the president and CEO of the Walden Bank, and then our health center together worked to really create a health service program that wasn't there before. And just one little history, a fact, in 1995, when the Jacobowitz family and the Wallkill Valley Health Center established health services, who was one of our first patients? The Crist family brought their farm workers back in 1995, so it's a long history. And we just want to say thank you for that, a family-centered business that has really impacted the world of agriculture, but more importantly, it's impacted the whole community of Walden. So thank you so much, and thank you, everybody. Raise your hands again, show them where you are.
Well, I was going to ask my wife and son Joel and son Jed to come up and participate in this.
Yes, of course, this way. Are they coming?
I think so. Here they are. Thank you.
Explain this. I know the town. Steven said it almost looks like a sun itself, the designs.
Are you going to read it, Kathy? Or are we going to do the pictures first? Okay,
Yes,
let's do
pictures
pictures first.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank
So
you.
this says, may the horn of plenty
Kathy.
sound, oh, sorry, I'm sorry, that's right. I should- And I didn't bring my glasses. May the horn of plenty sound till everyone can hear it. Presented to the Crisp Brothers Orchard, and this is by, for helping us ensure everyone receives the care they need and the respect they deserve by Sun River Health.
So we didn't get to explain the platter when Michael received it, but this is another platter. This is Talavera, made in Puebla, Mexico. And we have given these gifts in particular in honor of agricultural workers, many of whom come from Mexico and actually from Puebla or Oaxaca and that region. So we're always very proud of putting the good work of the Mexicans on in this platter, in this award, but on food on our table. So,
Thank you. Thank you so much.
now you get to say something. Would you like to say something?
Sure. No, don't drop it. Thank you. Stick here, yeah. Wow. That's all I can say about the whole event tonight. And special thanks to all of you for being here, and especially at this late hour. Very much appreciated. Sincere congratulations to our co-honoree, Michael Taubin and Nixon Peabody. I didn't realize until I got the run of the show from Jeremy Barber that we were going to have entertainment tonight. And I didn't know it was going to remind me of Broadway shows I haven't seen in a long time, so thank you. Ann Nolan and your whole team at Sun River, what a job, what a show, much appreciated. The moving stories tonight. Thank you for the vaccine requirement tonight. Food as medicine is such a perfect theme. And I have to say, I didn't fully appreciate food insecurity in the past, but as a member of the Council on New York State for Hunger and Food, over the last, I believe, 4 years, I learned more what that means. And especially when my mom, who lives on the farm in her own house, lost the motivation and interest in preparing her own food. And if we invite her down when we're not eating too late, she eats like a pig. More than the rest of us, but I just can't understand it. If she's on her own, I go up in the evening, she's having a slice of apple for dinner. I'm joined tonight by the Crisp Brothers Orchard team member, my wife Joy, son Joel, who has really taken over the day-to-day operations of the farm, Jed Christ, who Crisp Brothers is his second job, but he's done an amazing job on IT and brought us into the new age of electronic controls and electronic records. Our daughter Jenny, who you heard speak on the video, you might have suspected, but is in her 3rd trimester, and a cautious mother and mother-to-be. She sends her regards to everybody. She's involved deeply in the farm on accounting, planning for the future with tree planting and new varieties, and all the regulatory requirements that are so common in business today. Rounding out our team here tonight, it makes me very pleased to have Laura and Jose at table 7 joining us. 2 of our very special and hardworking workforce, recommending many of who you saw in this beautiful video by John Rizzo. So thank you to our team. As Kathy mentioned, we had a fun bus ride down here, starting at 3:30 and Angry Orchard Hard Cider. Thank you, Jamie. But it's an amazing group of local people who support our farm, our health needs, as well as huge community support. And I'd first like to shout out to a few of those people. Elba Bizzoni of Sun River Health. Thank you, Elba. And as you heard my daughter say, she and Myrta from our local Sun River Health clinics were so instrumental after a very challenging year with COVID on the farm last year to begin our vaccinations early this year, starting in January. And I'm also pleased we have several other healthcare professionals with us tonight on the bus. Caitlin, Kristen, and Lisa. Thank you for being here and your commitment. And as Kathy mentioned, we have founding members of the Wallkill Valley Health Coalition, I think was the original name, that became and joined Hudson River Health and now Sun River Health. Marcia Jacobowitz-Paz, who is also the first vice chair of Sun River Health Board of Directors, and her husband Brian Paz, who serves on the Sun River Foundation Board, and finally, and importantly, Derek Weinkuper, a founding member, as well as president and CEO of the Walden Savings Bank. Walden Savings Bank is a sponsor tonight, as well as Angry Orchard, and that's very much appreciated. Jamie and Taylor and Matt, I delight in pointing out, and it was shown on the video, they welcomed and hosted numerous vaccination pop-up clinics with Sun River at the Walden Cider House. Thank you, Angry Orchard team. On behalf of all of us at Chris Brothers Orchards, which is over 200 dedicated people during harvest, I can tell you we are humbled and honored by this recognition tonight from Sun River and everyone here. Thank you so much. Thank you. What means so much about this honor is the recognition of our whole staff. And as you heard in the video, we would not exist without the ability and talent to grow our food and in our small way to help feed the people of this world without people like Laura and Jose and everybody at home tonight on our farm. And our partnership with Sun River Health is so critical because they are just as dedicated to community health. Elba and Myrta helped, as my daughter Jenny said in the video, get almost everyone vaccinated on our whole farm, even as they came in for the guest worker harvest, and we're over 99% vaccinated. And the Sun River Health Van knows its way to our farm very well. And just 2 weeks ago, they jabbed us with 170 shots of the flu vaccine. So thank you for that, Elba. Please give all the dedicated farm workers, including here at Chris Brothers in this world, and all the dedicated healthcare people, including Sun River Health in this world, a special round of applause. In wrapping up my comments, I can't help but to share one heartwarming story that demonstrates perfectly Sun River's mission to provide health to everyone that needs it. Back in February, I was at the New Paltz Clinic with a number of my coworkers, and I had just received my second dose of Moderna, and I was in the 15-minute waiting period to see if I was going to have any reaction. And Elba's at the desk near me. I don't know if you remember this, Elba. And I overheard her talking about this one person that didn't show up for their dose. And I don't know what the situation is today, but at that time, as they took these doses out of the freezer, they either had to be used within a certain amount of time or they were lost. So in between calls Elba was taking, I said, do you need another person over 65 to use that dose? And she looked at me and said, I'm required to give the person another 30 minutes or so to get here that was scheduled. But in less than 30 minutes, Elba said to me, can you get someone? And I said, yes, absolutely, right away. And with that, I called my good friend and coworker at the Walden Savings Bank, Derek Weinkoop, knowing he was very anxious for his mom, Charlene, to get her vaccine. And I think he dropped the phone, ran over a few people running out of the office. I'm not sure about any speeding tickets, but his mom, Charlene Weinkoop, received her vaccine that afternoon. So. And she is here on table six. Okay. Thank you for coming, Charlene. And you look very healthy. And hardly a day over 65. In closing, special thanks to Jeremy, Hillary, and Christina for their special efforts to make this cornucopia come to life. It's amazing. Good night, everybody. Best to all of you.
That was a great ending, wasn't it? Beautiful. I'm really up here to say that this is it. This is the end. The silent auction is closed, or will be closing in the nanosecond. So if you want to run out there, maybe it's still there. But also just to say a huge thank you to all of you for being here. Jeff said it well, and thanks to the team Jeremy and Christina and Hillary, and other members of the team. You may have seen the staff out front when you all arrived. It really takes our village and extended family of all of you to make this happen. So thank you for being here. Hope you enjoyed yourself. This is a great place to be. I'm sure you agree. So thank you. Have a good evening.